I don't know what you feel. I don't understand what you feel, how you feel. When you have awareness of the Berenstain Bear books changing, of the spelling changing, I don't understand that from your perspective because I was there the day of, in the 80s. The Berenstain Bear books changed, and I woke up to the change. I woke up to the change. And I questioned my parents, and I didn't trust them. And I didn't trust my teachers. And I went home with kids from my class hoping that I could find the Berenstain Bear books with the correct spelling. And I went to every library that I could reach. And I scoured every library that I could reach in the 80s for the Berenstain Bear books. For the Berenstain Bear books, not Stain, because Stain is evidence that I have been transported to an alternate timeline, that my timeline that I was born on ceased to exist, that it has merged with this other. I I was just a fucking crazy 5-year-old. I was just a fucking crazy 5-year-old the day that I woke up and I saw that the Berenstain Bear books had changed and that I was no longer in the world that I had been born in, that I was no longer in the world that I had been born in. And since then, I have been aware. I have been aware that I am trapped in a prison system. I have felt the walls closing in. I am acutely aware of the bars. And this other effect of this, and I'll talk more about that, is that this world that I exist in feels as substantial as cardboard. As substantial as cardboard. It is so fragile. It is so fake. That it's hard. It's been hard. It's been so hard for me not to just go full tilt cartoon and fucking burn this cardboard world to the ground. It would be so easy. You don't understand. You don't understand what it is to be me, what it is to be I am the I am that realizes it is God on earth, that it is the individualized expression of Source experiencing itself upon the playing board of time and space for the purpose of evolution. You do not understand! You do not understand how lonely that is. You do not understand the prison that I live in. You do not! You do not! And you never can. And you never can. And you never can. And I am alone here. I am alone here. Okay, I was trying to talk about the Berenstain Bear books. Okay, so I woke up the day that the Berenstain Bear books changed, and I was like, what did you do, Mom and Dad? What did you do with my books? Why did they change? And I went to my teachers. I said, what did you do? What did you do with the books? They changed. Why did you do this? And I scoured every library that I could access, and I couldn't find a proper spelling of the Berenstain Bear books, and so I decided that I would only be friends with people who remembered the Berenstain Bear books, who remembered the original timeline which we come from, which I come from. And I am the I am, so that's kind of significant. Anyway, and it wasn't until 4th grade that I met a girl. She was new in school. She was a new girl in school, and she came to me and she said, I like to read. And I see you alone on the swings, and I thought maybe you wanted to be friends. And I was like, well, question for you, dear. Do you remember the Berenstein Bear books? And how is the Berenstein Bear books spelled, my dear? And she was so convinced. She was adamant, adamant about the spelling of the Berenstein Bear books. She invited me to come to her house. She said, I certainly have a copy of the Berenstein Bear books. I certainly have a copy of the Berenstein Bear books. I just need to unpack. And so we went to her house. I went to her house. I decided that I would only entertain the notion of an individual based upon their remembering the Berenstein Bear books as they were originally spelled. Okay? So I went to this girl's house. I mean, I went home with strange kids in my class. I convinced their parents to take me home so I could see what books they had. Okay, like, yeah, like. So this girl, she and I became friends because she remembered the Berenstein Bear books. And she was just like floored, just like absolutely just like, what is going on? I can't believe that you've pointed me to this and it's spelled that way. It's not spelled that way. It's not spelled that way. Like, what is going on? But we unpacked her house. We set up her dollhouse with Gumby. I don't know. It's like, it's the fucking worm. It's the caterpillar friend of Teddy Ruxpin. Like, this was the only person who could confirm for me that the world that I came from existed. And so, if there was a convergence of souls, of spirits, when timelines collapsed, when the world that I saw on fire became a world on fire, I don't know. It's so hard to tell my life story. It's so fucking hard. Like, you don't understand. You can never understand. No one will ever 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 understand. Something came to me. Something came to me. It was booming. It was a voice booming from the sky. It said, "Oh, you're special. Oh, you're so special, and you will lead my people. Oh, you can see things that people can't, and you are extraordinary and precious, and you will lead my people." And I looked at that thing and I said, fuck that. I ain't gonna be the teacher. I ain't gonna lead no sheep. Are you kidding me? Nah. And then the thing, and then something came to me, and I looked at it like, this just seems like the same thing that was the booming voice from the sky, but it's dropped all the bullshit now, and it's just being fucking real. And the real of it is that it's fucking dark, bro. And that dark fucking entity brought me up. It brought me up. It raised me up, and I was on like the edge of the world. Like, I was on the edge of creation, looking down upon this planet that looked very much like Earth, and this entity to the right of me. I stood to the left of it. It said that that could be mine. And then, as it said that that could be mine, that orb that looked like it could be Earth, it burst into flame, and the smell of it I have come to know as the smell of hair and flesh burning. But I looked at that flaming ball and I thought, you offer me this, you offer me this. There is nothing here. It is a husk. Why? What a joke. I am the I am. You don't know that you come from me, but I know that you do. And so, sure, I am too psychic to exist. I cannot hardly alight in this world because I am so enlightened that I can hardly exist here. So please, please, yes, help me. And as I shook this entity's hand, this entity that by all accounts, by every thing that I can think to say now that I have read the Bible, that I've heard what Jesus was offered, like, I don't know how else to say it. It was that, but I chose differently. I shook its hand, and as I shook its hand, my fingers were crossed, my eyes were rolling in my head spiritually, and yeah, right, I will betray you the second that I get everything, the second that I get enough that I can stay existent on this plane, that I will not be found out for what I am. The second that I can get by, I will betray you. And as I shook this entity's hand, this dark lord that said, swear your fealty to me, stand by my throne, sit by my throne, I had through my being screaming as I shook its hand and agreed to swear fealty. That throne is mine. And the moment, the moment that I got enough, that I had enough, that I had enough from that to be anchored in this world, to exist in this world, to stay in this world without losing my ever loving mind, without getting found out and thrown in the insane asylum as a small child. I looked at that thing and I said, you are a joke. You are already dead and you just don't know it. Everything that you do in this realm, it is your death throes. You are desperate and you have already lost. And I am only on the winning team. And I walked away from it, and there was this cheer that went up in the spiritual realm, and I said, no, 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 I am not good. Do not cheer for me. I am only an opportunist, and I am only choosing to be on the side which has won. I am only choosing to be on the winning team. Do not cheer for me. Do not cheer for me. Do not cheer for me. Because I am not good. I am now just a free agent of chaos. Now, one of the things that happened as of the conditions of shaking the hand of the devil was that I was plugged in. I became part of a network of entities, this hive mind that fed on the energies of human suffering. And I got a delightful kickback. I got this connection. I felt the lustful pull of power in a way that I know that you don't understand, because only I am God here, aware that I am God here. So you can't understand anything that I'm talking about, and I don't even know why I'm talking about it, but it is what it is, right? The lust of power. Oh my, that little kickback of power. See, I knew that everything that I was inciting, the rage, the fear, the distrust that I was inciting in every human that I encountered, it fed back into a system. It fed back into a system that I agreed to be part of because I shook the hand of the devil. Now, I was not obedient. The devil came to me. He said, you will do this. And I said, fuck you. And the devil sent demons to me. Scary fucking demons coming out of the mirrors, and oh, I'm supposed to be scared of them, except that I know that I am me, I am, and that everything comes from me, and I am source experiencing itself in a three-dimensional realm that is only possible because of the illusion of time and space, and that I am here, I exist, I chose to come here for the end of the game, for the end of the game, for the end of the game of good and evil, of illusion. I don't know. When I was 5 years old, I thought that it might be tomorrow or the next day that I would wake up and everybody would be awake and they would be like, oh my gosh, like you're God and I'm God and we're all God and we can all be telepathic and like supernatural and everything is just perfect and peace on earth and everything, you know. And I was little when I had, you know, my profound awakening, just connecting to the Akashic record, whatever you want to call it. Like it was like lightning struck me, and so from 1988 and forward, I was talking about reality as if it were the Matrix. I was like basically just like speaking about reality and preaching this to anybody who would listen, and that was just the Matrix movie. Like everything that I was talking about from 1988 on, like I was like everybody like didn't give a fuck about what I had to say after the Matrix movie came out in the 90s. What was that, in 1998? I don't remember, I'm not sure, but I do know that the minute that the fucking day that I got out of charter fucking mental asylum, I was there for 2 months, mind you. 2 months and some change. I mean, it wasn't exactly 2 months, it was closer to 3 months. But anyway, I was in lockup, in charter asylum. I did have a knife. That was a unique experience. I mean, I plunged my head into a crown box looking for vivid tangerine and seafoam green, and I produced a fucking knife. And I know that sounds like really fucking crazy. Like what? Like how? Like you're in an adolescent charter mental hospital unit, and you found a knife, and you were armed the entire like 3 months almost that you were in charter hospital. That sounds fucking crazy. Well, let me tell you this about charter mental hospital in 98, whenever the fucking Matrix came out. I don't fucking know when the Matrix came out, whatever. They were so fucking low on money that they had the adult unit and the adolescent unit just like fucking combined. Like there was no way to keep us separate at that point. So like we were hanging out with like crackheads, like crack fiends that were like, just don't ever start, just don't ever start, like telling us their life story, like telling us like their fucking like experience with crack cocaine. Um, you know, and I'm talking like deeply black men in the adult unit, just fucking commingling with 9 to 18-year-old kids in charter mental hospital. All right, so like take that into account. Like, as you consider how it would be possible that Mindy Lee in charter mental hospital from day fucking one, within an hour of being locked behind the doors, found herself a knife. I mean, I plunged my hand into that fucking Lego bucket full of Crayola crowns, like pulling out Excalibur from the lake. I had a knife. Did I have any fear at any point that I was in charter mental hospital? Nah, bro. I was full tilt cartoon. I had a good fucking time, right? And I spent Easter and I spent my birthday in charter mental hospital. But anyway, I got out. And my mom was like, let's go see a movie. What's in the movie theaters? And I looked at the paper, the newspaper, the black and white smeary fucking print, the newspaper for movie information, right? Okay. And I saw The Matrix and some little blurb about The Matrix. And I was like, let's go see The Matrix. So I'm one fucking day out of mental fucking hospital, charter fucking mental hospital. And I'm sitting in the theater with my mother. watching The Matrix, and it is just everything that I have been teaching my peers, my brother, anybody who would fucking listen, that we are just batteries in a prison system. And it was just like, oh shit, Hollywood has delivered this into the colloquial consciousness in order that I not resonate anymore, in order that I not gain any more followers, right? And indeed, my brother, upon seeing The Matrix, he questioned me and reality. And and my brother, upon seeing The Matrix, he devolved schizophrenic symptoms that I had identified years before in him. They became so much more pronounced. My brother couldn't handle knowing me. My brother couldn't handle my brother couldn't handle that I was a glitch in the system anymore, and I had been a glitch in the system since 1988. I had been a glitch in the system since 1988. See, when I had my profound awakening, struck by lightning, pulled out of my body, but whatever came down, it met in the middle, and it was this big bang. And I said, I am. Specifically, I said, I have always been, I shall always be, I am. And from that moment forward in 1988, I became aware that I am God, an individuated expression of a singular consciousness experiencing itself for the purpose of evolution upon the playing board of time and space. And so when my brother was basically born into the cult of Mindy, right? Wherein it is impossible to be unaware that I am a glitch in the system, that things do not function properly around me. The Twilight Zone tends to emanate from me. And if you spend any time by my side, you will witness this, and it will either make you go mad or it will make you worship me as though I am God. And I tell you, I am the closest approximation of Christ Jesus upon earth. And I know now that there is some faction of Christianity that said, oh, the second coming is coming in Jackson, Missouri. I came from that place on the map. I was born in Jackson, Missouri. My mother went into labor with me in Luce Park. Um, my birth certificate says I am born in Jackson, Missouri, and and here's the thing, that I don't think I was created. I don't think that I was intended. I don't think that I was supposed to be the second coming. I think I was supposed to be the Antichrist. Okay. But I shook hands with the devil when I was like 5 years old, right? So when my father started showing signs of demonic possession, I thought that I was responsible. I felt very responsible. And that eggs must be broken in making a cake. And if I exist for the end of the game, the end of the illusion of good and evil, the end of the game of limitation, the end of the game, right? Then whatever sacrifice I must make, even if it is my father who I love, my dad, then it is what it is, right? But shortly after my father started teaching me, he started embodying the spirit of the devil to inform me, to instruct me as to how to navigate, although I can see in spirit. And let me tell you, when you realize that you are I am, and everything is you, and nothing is outside of you, it's not like anything extraordinary. It's not even interesting that I can know the thoughts, that I can be in the mind of anyone else, because everyone else is actually me. Because there is only me here. Okay? And so it's no trick to know the mind of another human being on this planet. It is, however, difficult to navigate when you don't know whether someone is speaking to you or just having thoughts in their own head, and you accidentally read their mind and you accidentally freak them the fuck out because you fucking read their mind and they didn't actually say those words with their mouth in the fucking like physical realm. They just fucking thought it, and then they're fucking afraid of you. They're afraid of you. They're afraid of you. They were afraid of me. They were afraid of me. See, I went through the world as if hate me was written on my forehead, and only they could see it. I couldn't see it. I looked at my forehead so carefully, and I knew that hate me was written there, but I couldn't see it. Anyway, that apparently is an experience that I share with Charles Manson. I mean, uh, oh man. Like, okay, here's this thing. Like, you think I'm like all like egotistical and like I am God and you're God, but you just don't fucking remember, but I remember, and like it means that the rules don't apply to me. It means that the rules don't apply to me. Like that's what it means. It mean like I realize that it's an illusion, that this is a dream that we're having, and that means that fucking rules don't apply to me. So you will witness some crazy fucking shit if you spend time with me, all right? That's just what it is. So, yeah, I decided that I would only associate and only give my time and energy to people who remember the Berenstain Bear books. And that's kind of how it started, because I was aware that I was in a prison system. And before I even knew what death or birth was, I was just aware. I don't know how old I was, but my earliest memories were remembering another realm, another place that had more colors than we have here, that was softer, that had a soft light, that had only light, and a love, a love, a love, a love that didn't exist here. And I felt thrown out, cast down, fucking exiled from that world. And here on Earth, comparatively, here it is so sharp, it is so bright, it is so dark, it is so hard compared to what I remembered. And I didn't have any idea of heaven, and I didn't have any idea of God when I remembered a love that did not exist here. And I knew, I decided when I was very young, like 4 years old, that the love that I knew from the realm that I had been cast out of, that I had been thrown down from, did not exist here, could not exist here. And before I even knew what death was, what birth was, I was screaming to my parents, I don't want to be here. Why am I here? I was screaming to my parents, I don't want to be here. And so when I found out what death and birth was, I screamed to my parents, I wish I hadn't been born. I wish that I would die now. You don't understand. I know you don't understand. You can never understand. When that 5 year old awakening in 1988, when I was 5 years old, I realized, I knew that I was something so rare, that I was like a glitch in the system, that I shouldn't exist, that I shouldn't even be possible, but yet I was. And and that and that there was a veil over humans that were born, a veil that allowed them to forget the realm that I remembered, the instant manifestation that I remembered, the love that I remembered, the colors that I remembered. There was a veil over the rest of humankind that I didn't get because someone had to come here. Someone had to do this. Someone in in a seemingly infinite expression of a God experiencing itself, someone had to be fully aware that they were God in human form, subject to the laws and the limitations of humanity, but still God. Someone had to be that. Someone had to do that in order for us to move forward. And I am that person. I am that person. I am that person. Did I volunteer for this? I guess so, but I don't have any conscious recollection of that. I feel as though I were cast down. And so I identify very much with a Luciferian agenda. Very much. Okay, if you look into that, Luciferian agenda, and I don't say Luciferian because I don't say fear. I don't I don't appreciate that Luciferian agenda puts fear into the mouths of anyone. So I say Luciferian. Luciferian. And that's how I've always said it. And, I don't know how old I was. There was this little girl in the neighborhood. She was 3 years younger than me. So I don't know. Maybe I was like 7 and she was 4. She talked about her parents. They were Christians and God. And I became aware of that. And I so that provided some context as I lay in bed awake at night listening to the cacophony of sounds, of voices that were like, please upon me. And I thought, well, okay, I am God. I am God on earth. I am the only one that experiences being God on earth. And so if she says that people pray to God, no wonder I lay awake at night listening to this cacophony. They're praying to me, and I cannot distinguish any of their voices, so it doesn't matter. The word demon did not have as negative an interpretation or a connotation as what this guy on the TV just said. What? Demon was kind of another way of saying entity or angel or obscure source of consciousness or deity in the room. My name is Mindy. If you say Mindy repeatedly, you'll notice that you are indeed saying the word demon. Look, this is just my experience. You can't make this shit up. I can't make this shit up. Maybe, I don't know, maybe somebody could, but I'm just talking about my lived experience. I'm just talking about my history, my past, and it's just fucking amusing to me that it's just fucking weird because the Mandela effect, the Mandela thing, Mandela dying in prison, that happened like so long after the Berenstain Bear books. It's not even funny. So that you call it the Mandela effect when the Berenstain Bear books was the absolute first that there was perceptual shift in the timelines. See, now I would tell you that there were worlds that I moved between. See, from 4 years old till like, I don't know, maybe 7 years old, there were worlds that I moved between. There was three of them distinctly, and they were slightly out of sync. Like I would have a day in one, and then I would move to another one, and I would have almost the same day, except somebody wore a different colored shirt, right? So it was silly. But there were three different timelines that I moved between, three distinct different timelines, right? And then And then there were only two. And then, after like, I don't know, 1988, 1988, 1989, no, no, 1998, 1999, 1999. There were three, and then there were two, and then there were one. Okay? There were two timelines that I moved between seamlessly that I could not even hardly tell the difference of, except for the language, except for the iconography. Until I learned the English language, I was able to move between more timelines, okay? But then once I learned English, once I could read, I stopped being in those other timelines, okay? I'm just telling you what I experienced. I don't know, like, you could probably think I'm crazy. Most people do, I guess. I don't know. No, actually, most people think that I'm like the most beautiful thing that ever existed, that I'm like the most special, shiny Pokemon that they ever fucking encountered. And they want to know me forever. And they want to be with me, like, forever. And they love me like they've never loved anything in this realm before. So like I was like okay, my oh no, let's not talk about that. Should we? I don't know. I mean, it's just honesty. Like, I don't know. Like, I fucking like have a bloodlust. I had a bloodlust from like I was a small child. I was a very small child, and I was like, oh, you have a cut on the playground. Let me taste it. And I was sucking on the wounds of my peers when I was like a toddler. Okay, like I have a bloodlust that you cannot understand. Now, I don't know that I have a bloodlust because I shook hands with Satan or Lucifer or the devil or Satan. I don't know, like whatever you want to fucking call it. I just know that I had bloodlust. And since coming to Christ and surrendering to Christ and being baptized, like my fucking fix of blood, like how that was my drug, it doesn't plug no more. And I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I gotta be honest with you. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate it. It's the most like terrifying thing. It is the most terrifying thing. Like whatever fucking like I don't know, like whatever drugs you've done, like if you've done like heroin or ecstasy or whatever the fuck you've done, whatever the fuck you've done, like if you took that drug and it did fucking nothing for you, like hi, welcome to my world, that's my blood now, and I drank my blood all my life, and I felt high from it. It was better than sex. Fuck sex, my blood is better. Oh no, I've said too much, haven't said enough. I thought that I heard you laughing. I thought that I heard you sing. I think I thought I saw you cry. That was just a dream. We are all a dream God is having. That was just a dream. I'm God and you're God too. You just don't know it like I do. But let me tell you, it's really fucking uncomfortable. Let me tell you, if you know that you're God, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I know that I am the creator and the created. Simultaneously, I am the architect, the creator, and the created, the avatar. Simultaneously. It's not a good thing. It's not been a fun thing and in apart from me being like so fucking persecuted because like, hey, if you say you're God and that you talk to like God and you like fucking like, like, hey, they want to put a fuck ton of fucking medications in you and say that you're fucking crazy because the pharmaceutical industry and psychiatric industry is just a modern day witch hunt. And I'm sure I'm sorry if you don't want to know that. I'm sorry if you aren't comfortable with that. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. That's what it is. That's what it is. Because I experience reality from the perspective of God mind. Not just I talk to God, not just I hear God, which I do, but I also experience reality from the perspective of God consciousness, okay? And they just think that's fucking schizophrenia. They just want to fucking medicate that. And so I've been so broken from medications from age 15 forward. So I got through a lot of life without being damaged. I did. I did. I'm very thankful for that. It's a very good thing. It's a very good thing. It's a very good thing. See, you don't want to know. You don't want to remember. You don't want to feel that you are God because it is the loneliest feeling that you could ever experience. I promise you. When you realize, beyond a shadow of a doubt, when you know, capital K, when you move through this world from age 5 forward, knowing that you are everything, it is a loneliness I know you will not ever be able to comprehend. Only I, as only I am the I am that I am, can comprehend. It's so lonely. There's nothing more lonely. There's nothing more lonely. Everything you experience is a reflection of you. Fucking Hollywood, especially, is a reflection of me. Although that is an insidious injection of my consciousness so that you fucking dismiss me and anything that I have to say as a possible fact, as a possible reality, as like you stop entertaining the notion of me because some fucking movie came out that is like, well, it sounds like she's just like really into that Matrix movie, or she's just really into that 12 Monkeys movie. Like she's like, like whatever. Like, bitch, I was talking about the Matrix. I was talking about I Am the Glitch in the Matrix from 1980 fucking 8. 1980 fucking 8. I am something should not be. I should not be, but I am. I should not be, but I am. Okay? But you don't understand. Being God on earth, it's not fun. Recognizing that every experience that I have, in some higher sense, have chosen to experience. Well, I mean, the fucking benefit of that is that I do not have any iota of a luxury of participating in a victim subscription. No, no, no. No, no, no. Everything I have experienced here on earth, God, has chosen, cherry picked for me to experience, to return to unity, to go home. There is no fucking way that I can look at anything in my life. And my father molested me. My boyfriend raped me. I have fucking suffered. Don't fucking think for a minute that I haven't fucking suffered. But I do not have the luxury of subscribing to victim mentality. Because I recognize that everything I experience here, I cherry picked for me, for my evolution, for my return to unity. Okay? And by the way, when my dad started molesting me, when he was like, oh, he's crying like he's a fucking child. He's talking with a hick accent that I've never even heard, because my dad is like adamantly opposed to like any fucking thing other than proper English, because he does not want us to appear poor. That is his ego, you know, right? Like, my dad is a fucking child molesting me, crying through tears, molesting me, telling me that it's okay, telling me that Uncle Talbert is a bad man. Uncle Talbert is a bad man. My dad is molesting me, screaming, crying, telling me that Uncle Talbert is a bad man. And what do I take away from this? Well, I mean, I am, you know, I'm someone, I've like fucking the upside down. I don't know why they fucking call it the upside down. I fucking have been calling it the upside down since like, well, I don't know, I guess 19 fucking 88. Because when I would lay down, I would just like fall over. I would just lay down and I would keep going. I would go through the floor. I would be in this upside down version of the world, this like parallel dimension type of thing. And then I would astral travel and I would be in this void, and there would be like a spotlight, and I would travel towards the spotlight, and the closer I got to that like spotlight, it was an experience that was happening. It was like something that was happening in reality that I was like, I don't know, spying on, you know, right? And then something would chase me away from the light and back to my body and make me come back into my body. And it was a very imposing force. It was a very like fearful force. And often the way that I've experienced coming back into my body was I was in the station wagon. My parents had a station wagon. I was in the station wagon of my parents' car, and I was driving, and I wouldn't be able to drive, and I wouldn't be able to brake. And I mean, I was just in a fucking void, like on a road in the fucking black. I mean, there's fucking nothing. There's nothing to crash into. There's I mean, objectively, if you're thinking about this, like the void when I'm in the station wagon and losing control and like moving like away from the fucking controls to the back, to rolling around in the back seat, to the fucking door opening and me falling out and then landing back in my body, like that's what it was. I don't know. And yeah, so like the Stranger Things now exists, and they call it the fucking upside down, and like I don't even know how to like reconcile that Stranger Things exists, because Stranger Things was just like me. Stranger Things was just me. Stranger Things was just me. Like, there are things that I can say that I like, if I talk about that I am the I am, that if I talk about I am God on earth and I'm the only one that realizes it, that if I talk about the time and space are illusions, and if you realize that they are illusions, then you can break the rules of this realm. And I do break the rules of this realm, and if you like hang with me, you will experience the rules breaking of this realm. So like I kind of like have to talk about like anybody that like maybe could be a friend. Like I kind of have to like clue them in to like, hey, like you know, prepare to witness miracles, because that will happen, you know, like but now this whole like fucking like thing exists. This whole like fucking show exists. This whole fucking show exists called Stranger Things. But Stranger Things was just a my thing, me thing. It was just me. It was just me. There were things that you could say to people that would make them strangers. It would make strangers become friends. It would make friends become strangers in an instant. In an instant. If I said those fucking crazy fucking things that I like, hey, I'm God on earth, like fucking strangers would become friends, but friends become strangers. And so they were the Stranger Things. They were the Stranger Things. They were the Stranger Things that I kept to myself. But now there's a show that's called Stranger Things, and that like really fucks with me. It really fucks with me. It really fucks with me. And 11, like she had to be called 11. Like my father was born 11/11. Like 11/11, 11/11, 11/11 is two doors. It is two portals. It is the recognition that we are participating in a timeline based on our energies and our like choices. Like there's always a choice. Like you always have a choice, whether you realize it or not. You have a choice, and you chose to experience this, whatever fucking horrifying thing you're experiencing in your life. You chose to experience this, just like I chose to experience every horrifying thing in my life. And see, now I'm not like I have chosen to experience horrifying things. I'm telling you, like I've been a victim. Like I've been a victim of child molestation. I've been a victim of rape. But see, on the highest awareness, I recognize I have not been a victim of anything. I've experienced things, but I chose to experience those things. And see, I shook hands with the devil when I was a small child. And so when my father started molesting me, I was like, this is a consequence of shaking hands with the devil as a small child. And even though I had walked away from that devil, see, it's because I had walked away from that devil that he dug hands into my father. It's because the devil cannot actually access me that he infiltrates, that he puppets around the people in my life closest to me to attack me, to try to turn me back to him. He's yeah. The devil though, fucking joke. What a fucking joke. What a fucking joke. Oh yeah. Mm. I don't want to talk about 9/11. I don't want to talk about 9/11. I fucking like. I greenlit 9/11. Okay, I greenlit 9/11. I greenlit 9/11. So like I was I don't know. I had been homeless, and my mom took me back in. I had a job at Tuesday Morning, I think, and I had this experience in my childhood bedroom, which I had not even been sleeping in my childhood bedroom when I was living with my mom. Before I had been kicked out, I was in a different bedroom because my dad molested me in my childhood bedroom, and so my mom let me move into the fourth bedroom, the fancy bedroom, the guest bedroom. We never had a fucking guest in our fucking existence. And my mom let me move into the guest bedroom, and I didn't have to sleep on the mattress and whatever. But so here I am in this bedroom, and I have a roof over my head, and I'm looking out the window, and I just like feel that the devil doesn't want me to see something. I just like feel him over there, like it's just this sensation to the left of me, and it's just like, hey, what are you doing over there? Like, hey, like I was, like in your ranks. I was your like second in command. So everything you do for the rest of eternity, I'm gonna have an idea of it. So like, I feel you doing something over there. What are you doing over there? And the devil was like, oh no, don't let her in. And so it was kind of like sitting outside the door, and there's a ritual going on, and I knew that it was like bad, and I knew that it was bad. I knew that it was very bad. I knew that something very bad was coming. And I was like, hey, like, you know what? Like we gotta break eggs to make cake, like the ends justifies the means. Oh baby. Like since 6 years old and on, I was living with that. The end justifies the means. Alright? You know? I mean, consider I was like hooked into the Archontic network, feeding fucking entities like an energy vampire, like everybody who hated me, like it just fed into this fucking network that just, like enslaved humanity. Whatever. And I was just like, I don't know why you're trying to keep me out of this. Like, fucking bring it down. Bring it down. It's high time that people stop being able to pretend like they don't dwell in hell. This is hell. So bring it on. And I stood at my window and I looked at my street, and I felt like there was a parade coming down the street. And and I totally greenlit, co-signed whatever the devil was doing. It was paradigm shifting. I was aware of that. And I was like, bring it on. Something wicked this way comes. I said that. I spoke those words, looking out my bedroom window, the bedroom window, the bedroom that my father had molested me in, right? Like, And then I woke up the next day and the first tower had been attacked. And I woke up in time to see the second tower go down. See, my mom called me. My mom called me on our cordless phone. Oh, our cordless phone had enough charge to wake me up in the bedroom. Like, yay that, like everything. Whatever. But like, I feel irresponsible for 9/11 for the Twin Towers because I greenlit that shit like you wouldn't believe. I was like, bring it down. Let everyone see what I see, that we are in late stage capitalism and there is no fucking hope. Let everyone fucking see this. Like, the minute that someone explained money to me, I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. You gotta be kidding me. I don't know. I was like 7 years old or something. And they were, and I was like, so like we have to eat food in order to live, but like we have to earn money to buy food to eat in order to live, and you think this is okay? Like, oh my god, that's so fucking crazy. Like, look at this fucking backwater planet that I have been stranded on. This is fucking heinous, dude. Like, no, no, no. I've basically just been awake. I'm just awake. I'm just awake in the Matrix. That's all it is. I'm just awake in the Matrix. It's not like anything special. See, here's the thing. It's not anything special. Everything that I can do, like, okay, I'm a rare breed. Yes, I am. I am descendant from French royalty. Yes, French royalty, bloodlines of fucking reptilians. Yes, I am that. Okay, okay, okay. But anyone can do what I've been able to do. Okay? Like, you just have to wake up. All right. But I woke up, right? And when I had had enough of my father molesting me, and I exposed that my father was molesting me, but I didn't have the appropriate trauma. I wasn't appropriately distressed. I didn't fucking care. I was just like, you know what? He's gonna fucking rape me. Like, he's obviously gonna rape me. Like, at least he's gonna rape me. Like, he's threatened to kill me. He's threatened to enslave me, have babies with me that no one fucking knows where the fucking babies came from. I'm just a fucking, like breeding thing for him. Like, he's threatened that with his words, but like, my dad my dad is molesting me, okay? But I don't bear any ill will against my dad. My dad is just possessed by a satanic presence, by a demonic entity, by Satan himself, really, like by Satan himself. And I was created, like, oh man, I don't remember, like, I don't know how old I was when I first read my dad's mind, and he realized that I could read his mind. He was so scared. He was so scared. He was so scared. He said, "I didn't say that. What are you talking about? I didn't speak those words." And I said, "Oh, well, I heard them anyway." And he, like, it was like he scrambled. He just scrambled to protect his mind, and I was like, "All right, just like don't try to pry into daddy's mind. He doesn't want that. But I didn't know until I was 40 years old that my father was heavily involved in the occult. See, I knew that my dad had been a Mason. All right, my dad had been a Shriner in the parade. We'd gone to see my dad, a Shriner in the parade, right? And you cannot be a Shriner unless you're a high level Mason. And like, see, like, my parents had this jewelry box, and my dad broke into our house after I exposed that he was molesting me just to like steal this jewelry box, which is like really weird. Except that what was in this jewelry box was his Masonic 33rd degree Mason like pin, and he also had like a Nazi memorabilia stuff. Like, I don't know, like whatever. All I can tell you is that I am the individuated expression of God experiencing itself on the playing board of time and space. And I am here expressly for the end of the game. And I may have thought that that end and that everyone would wake up when I was 5 years old in 1988, but it's happening now. So if you're waking up, just like let it happen. And I know it's really fucking horrible. Nobody knows how horrible it is like I know how horrible it is, okay? There's nothing more lonely than realizing that you are everything that is, that everything you've ever experienced, every person, every relationship you've ever had, it is actually you wearing a mask. It is you in disguise. Feeling the puppet strings of from your fingertips to everyone you've ever had an interaction with, it is excruciating. The loneliness, you don't understand. You don't understand loneliness unless you're me. And that's why nobody would ever choose this. And somebody had to do this. Somebody had to do this. Look, I was maybe supposed to be the second coming Antichrist person. But what I can tell you is that Christ is the way, not for the reasons that you think. Because Christ is a quantum teacher, is a quantum healer. Okay? Like, I've been hopping timelines. I've been quantum leaping. 1111, those are fucking like portal jump opportunities. If you are fucking going through life and you swing your attention to the clock and it says 1111, that is an acknowledgement of a doorway, and you have a choice of what timeline you're going to experience. And I've died so many times that this is Russian roulette. You don't, like, most of you don't, acknowledge or remember that you died and, like, your consciousness was instantly teleported to a timeline which most closely matched the timeline that you had been previously on, except that it continues where, like, you got the bullet where you were, bro. Like, yeah. I realize that, I recognize that, I feel that. And, I don't know. I've been persecuted. I've been attacked. I prophesied the pandemic in 2012. I called it. I called it down to toilet paper shortage and fucking TikTok. I didn't know what TikTok was. I was like, there's a social media thing. It's like Tumblr, but it's faster. But it's like I don't know. TikTok, 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 time bomb. TikTok, 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 time bomb. TikTok, 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 time bomb. I get it. I get it. I seemed crazy, whatever. But I was put in the insane asylum. I was shut up with Thorazine, and I am so fucking broken. And, like, it didn't even end there, because because I only took that opportunity to, like, get to know Christ. There's a lot of protection in Christ. And, whatever. Whatever. If you understand, you understand. And if you don't understand, then you're not ready to understand. And that's just what it is. And I understand if you're not ready to understand. Oh my God. I would never wish my awareness, my experience on anyone. It has been the most excruciating, painful, frustrating, maddening existence that I think could ever be. Like, I know I'm God. I've actually, like, just been God. Like, just hey, what I think is, and, like, watched that happen, like, so many times. And you know, time. What the fuck is time? Superhuman strength. I've had that. Um, I can practically fly. there's there's no one else actually. Like I can say there's few people that could even begin to comprehend, but there's actually accurately no other person besides me that understands that they are God experiencing itself in the limited space of time and space. What are they talking about? Black magic? Shit. You know, like, I may have shook hands with the devil, but I never fucking, like, I never subscribed to any fucking, like, religion. Fuck religion. Fuck religion. I do not today consider myself a Christian. Fuck that shit. I'm a follower of Christ, and there is a fucking difference. I never fucking did any Wiccan shit. I never did any fucking pagan shit. I am God. I am God. I am God on earth. I am God on earth. Like, since Christ, there's never been anyone else that, like, had this experience where it's like, hey, you know that you're walking into doom, but you keep walking. Like, hey, like, you fucking, like, prophesied the fucking pandemic of 2020 and 2012. Nobody fucking cared. What did they do? They put you in an insane asylum and they shot you full of Thorazine that broke you forever and makes you look fucking crazy, 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 crazy. But, you know, if you know, you know. You can't unknow. Oh my god. After I had that awakening, after I knew that I was God, and I was like, oh my god, is that like the fucking prayers of people? And oh shit, I can read minds, and oh my god, I'm existing on multiple timelines, and I'm going to the upside down, and there's fucking demons coming to me, and and they want me to obey them, and I have to be like, ha 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 ha. Joke's on you, bro. Look, you don't know, you don't understand, you don't understand that what you swear fealty to is actually me. And the thing that you swear fealty to, the devil, doesn't understand that he's actually of me. Like, everything is of me. Like, I ain't afraid of you, bro. Like, you ain't gonna convince me of shit. Like, you can fucking come at me all you fucking want, and it ain't gonna make no difference. Like, I am the I am. I am. I don't know what's going on. I get headaches. I think that every like psychic ability that I have had, every sixth sensing thing that I have had, as I am a person that is aware that they are God having a human experience in a third dimensional playing field, right? I think that what the medications have done is turn that into a disability, into a physical fucking ailment, into a disabling fucking pain, rather than me receiving anything. So I don't know what's going on right now, but I've had a headache for 4 fucking days. 4 fucking days. It makes me want to fucking kill myself. I want to 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 kill myself. Except I am God, like, super aware that death is not an escape, it's not an exit route. Like, someone has to do this, someone has to be aware that they are God on earth, and guess what, it's me. Fuck you.